Good morning. How is everybody? It's time to get real. Are you ready? Happy Friday. Happy rainy Friday. I love Fridays. Fridays are exciting. It's like the start of the weekend, but the weekend hasn't quite come yet. So it's not even close to being over. So yeah, I love Fridays. I'm happy it's Friday. So good morning. How is everybody out there doing? I hope everybody is well. I hope you are trying to stay positive, change your mindset, work on you, control what you can control, as opposed to trying to control things and worry about things that are out of your control. And I hope we're just kind of plugging along and trying to create this real life for ourselves. Okay. Today, I want to talk about something about how hard it is to be overweight. Have you ever really thought about that? I mean, we always talk about how hard it is to lose weight, how hard it is to, eat well, make good choices, food prep, exercise, write things down, make the effort to change. We always talk about how hard that is. But then when we talk about, you know, this time of year, we talk about comfort food. Now, comfort tends to imply that it's easy or comfortable. Well, just out of curiosity, how comfortable do comfort foods make you? How comfortable? Because comfort foods are I don't know, I don't even know what that is. What, stew? I don't know, chili, um, cream soups. I don't even know what a comfort food is. Pizza? I'm not sure what you define as comfort food. But when we say that, I think what we're implying is that those foods make us feel good and, maybe even bring back this nostalgia or fond memories. But when we're done eating them, how comfortable do they make us? Because typically the foods that we call comfort foods are the foods that we overeat, are the foods that allow us to store extra fat because we're not burning it off, and we're so uncomfortable. We're so uncomfortable. So that's the first thought challenge I'm giving you. Comfort foods don't make you comfortable. So don't try to, say that they do. And sometimes staying inside your comfort zone it's not where change happens. It's not where productivity happens. So we've talked about that, and that's not what we're talking about today. So today's topic is coming from an interaction I had yesterday at work. And I get called to help customers take things out to their car all the time, heavy things. I mean, when you work at a garden center, you're carrying bags of dirt and, rock salt and heavy plants and sometimes those freaking trees are really heavy. Um, and I mean, it's it's not a big deal for me, and I'm not saying it's no big deal for me, but I mean, my training for CrossFit has kind of prepared me for this functional fitness, if you will, of learning how to pick up a 50-pound bag of salt or learning how to get bags of topsoil into somebody's, truck that's up to here on me without killing my back or whatever. So it's not really a big thing to get called and help somebody, load firewood or whatever. You just do it and you move on with your day. And yesterday I was outside working and I got, hello, Dawn, can you come help a customer carry something to the car? Sure. So I go up there. So I walk in and it was this woman who was severely overweight. Yes, she was obese. Like I'd say probably had a solid extra 100 pounds on her. How comfortable do you think she was carrying around an extra 100 pounds? That's hard. That's the first thing hard about being overweight. Think about if you were to just hold 100 pounds in your arms, trying to carry that, that's hard. Now think about doing that all day, every day. If you're 100 pounds overweight, that's difficult. All right. So that's the first thing that you're doing, that you're making your life harder than it needs to be. But anyway, so I go in there and she needs help carrying something to her car. She has a cane. She walks very slowly and with a limp. She wasn't old. I mean, I would have guessed maybe late 50s, early 60s, something like that. And I don't know why she had the cane. I don't know if it was just because she was overweight or if it was because she was, you know, I wasn't sure, but she needed walking assistance. She had two like grocery bags, like plastic Kroger style grocery bags that had two candles each in the grocery bags. That's what she needed help with carrying to her car. Two bags of candles that maybe weigh a half a pound each, so maybe 2 pounds. It made me sad. It made me sad that that it's that difficult for her. I'm not saying it wasn't that she couldn't do it. I mean, I understand, but it made me sad that she got to that point in her life where it's too hard to carry 2 pounds worth of candles to her car. So of course I just, oh, let me help you with that. And I take it to the car and put it in the car and she opens the back seat and in there is her husband who didn't even get out of the car, probably because it was too difficult. And the smell of like fried, greasy food that came out of the back seat of that car when there was two styrofoam containers of food back there. Oh, it was gross. And I'm not saying they were gross. I'm just saying that smell of that gross, crappy food. It was just gross. So I put the candles on her floor and got in, wished her a happy day. She's very, very kind and appreciative. And I just wanted to go to her and put my hands on her shoulders and go, I know a better way. Let's live a better life. Let me help you. Not that maybe she was asking for help, so I didn't do that. But it made me a little bit sad and it got me to thinking, it is so difficult to be overweight, you guys. As hard as you might think it is to lose weight, to give up that fried food that you're so in the habit of eating just because it's convenient, not because it's actually that great, just because it's convenient, it's not making your life easier. It's making your life harder. And so I made just like, and this list took me legitimately 30 seconds to come up with. And I want you to add to this list. In the comments of this video, what I want you to do, your action stuff today, is I want you to comment with something that why it is hard for you if you are, or if you've experienced why it's hard to be overweight. What have you found about being overweight that's difficult? And so here's some things that I came up with. Asking for a seatbelt extender for like an airplane. That's got to be hard, right? Size Q pantyhose. I think I might have mentioned this before. Do you guys size Q pantyhose? You know that stands for queen. You do not feel like a queen when you're trying to struggle into size Q pantyhose that are literally stretched to their capacity and running as you're putting them on. And then you just feel so like a stuffed sausage, or even putting on like Spanx or something like that. That is not comfortable. Um, Not fitting into roller coaster seats. So, oh my gosh, when I used to go to Cedar Point, I used to love Cedar Point as a kid. I still like it. I'm a little more afraid of the roller coasters now, but um, I would always think, oh my gosh, what if the safety bar doesn't click? What if the safety bar doesn't, like, usually the lower one, because my bottom half is so much bigger than my upper half. And I always had this fear of not fitting into the seat. That's hard. I actually saw somebody get turned away from like a roller coaster ride at the Mall of America because she was too big to fit in the seat. That's hard. That's hard. Asking for a table instead of a booth because you can't fit in the booth. Hard. Sometimes when you're overweight, walking upstairs is hard. Breathing is hard. I mean, if you have to take a break halfway up one single flight of stairs, that is a hard life. That is making it hard on yourself. Getting up off the floor, getting up off the couch, that could be a struggle. Carrying in groceries, that's hard. Oh my gosh, reaching the top cupboard. So I'm short anyway. I'm only 5'2", and I can remember, I mean, my arm just won't reach the top shelf, right? Well, as I lost weight, my stomach was smaller and smaller and smaller. So I could get closer to the counter, which almost made me taller, if you will, or able closer and able to be able to reach, cups in the on the top shelf. So just reaching the top cupboard is hard. Not fitting into your clothes. Oh, getting into your clothes, that's hard. Being self-conscious, always worried about what you look like and what people are thinking. And I don't know, maybe I'm projecting this feeling from when I was overweight, but I've been overweight and I've been at a healthy weight, and actually I've been underweight. Being underweight is hard too. I mean, you're just weak and for the most part just always tired and frail. That's how I felt when I was underweight, and just always obsessed with not eating. But anyway, um, being self-conscious, that's hard. I already talked about getting off the floor, breathing, recovering. So, I mean, just think about if you were to get sick or something, just even with a cold, how long it takes you to recover. First of all, I don't remember the last time I was sick. And I don't know if it's just because I've exposed myself to so many germs and I wash my hands and stuff like that, but I'm not like overly cautious about germs and things. But if I do ever get a cold, I mean, it might take me out for 12 hours, if that. So recovering after surgery. I mean, a lot of times you can't even get a surgery because until you lose weight, because they're afraid how difficult your recovery is going to be. You're high risk, having to take medications every day because of the complications or the illnesses and diseases you have because you ate poorly and didn't exercise and you are overweight. I mean, that's the root of the problem for most of us. That is a hard life. There is a better way. Yes, it will be losing the weight can be difficult. Absolutely. It's not always difficult. It's not difficult 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for years out of your life. But resisting the food, resisting the temptation, finding the motivation to go exercise, finding the motivation to continue on, yes, that gets difficult. But that difficulty ends. It ends because once the weight is gone, it's not that hard to be at a healthy weight. I promise you. It's difficult to ingrain the habits that it takes to stay at that healthy weight, but being at a healthy weight is easy. It's easy. My life is easy. I don't worry about if I'm going to be able to get out of bed because I have to literally lift 100 extra pounds out of bed. I don't have all that pressure on my heart and on my lungs. My heart does not have the extra added effort of delivering blood to my extremities that sometimes it can't even reach because it's so difficult and they're so far away and there's so much body. This is not me shaming you. This is me just saying, you guys, you're making it harder on yourself than it has to be. It will be hard for a little bit to lose that weight, but it is so much easier to be at a healthy weight, just to do everyday things. So I'm begging you, start today. Start today and know that there is a better way. Like I said, I've lived both sides of the coin. Hands down what the winner is. All right. Um, so I feel very thankful and very blessed and very proud that I don't carry around 80 extra pounds every single day. And I'm glad that I finally realized that I'd rather have the temporary difficulty of weight loss than the permanent difficulty of being overweight. So just something to think about over the weekend. Comment here if there's so many other things probably that I haven't touched on that make being overweight hard. And let's share. Let's give us reasons to not want that. Okay, to say, you know what, I am so done. But anyway, I hope you have a great Friday, a great weekend, and I will catch you tomorrow. Peace.